Welcome to my first tutorial video. This is Bworks, and I'll be going through 3DSIMED, how I use it with Blender, and how to not have to keep texturing everything. So, we'll start with 3DSIMED, so I'll just give you guys a breakdown. Basically, you're going to import your KN5 into here. You can add parts to it, remove parts, do whatever you want, save it like this, and then you can keep your textures. So basically the important things is just simple import. You can import any KS5 just like this. Does take a bit of time, don't need to worry about any settings. And basically, yeah, so this is just an engine bay that I did for someone. So as you can see, I actually saved the engine bay as a KN5. So if we go here, just see, actually just gonna get to the folder. This is going to be very casual because, yeah, I'm not really used to doing this whole talking thing, but thought I might as well try and help some people out. Okay, let's see, is it here? Is this it? That is not it. Let's just go import. So it'll be this folder here. So basically, I saved the actual engine bay as a KN5. I do this because it makes it really simple to put it on cars and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'll just put it on a car that doesn't need it, just so I can show you exactly how I do it. And yeah, so what I'm basically going to do is just import something random. How about do the 1400? So this is the car I'm going to import it onto. It's just a standard mod. Okay, so let's do import. Okay, once it's imported, basically all we need to do is we'll go to the model, or we'd need to save this first. So whenever I'm doing this, I save the model as a 3SE, which is 3DSIMED's file type. So you'll just go export textures. If you import something, the recent will show it. So there's that 1400. I'll always just save it in a texture folder. If it doesn't have, you can just create a new folder. So basically textures, you want to say yes. Then you can hit Control S to save. You'll find that same location 1400. What I do is I create a folder called OBJ, just so that I can know that that's there, not caps. Okay, once you're in there, basically save, and you say store texture parts as relative. So this will basically make sure that the textures stay with us. You can then go to your mod, you right click, object, and whatever you want to click on, it doesn't really matter. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to go there. Up at the top right there's a little plus. You'll click the plus, and that basically is duplicate instance. So what that's going to do is duplicate the object. So if I do that, if you look here, nothing happened here, but in here it does something. So you'll click it, you see it says 9 out of 9. You'll then hit replace object. You'll go there, and then you can select the object that you saved as a 3SE, and now the engine bay is there. What you can do is, obviously the scaling is a bit off on this, but this is just an example of how you would do it. So basically you've now imported this in. You'll then say export textures. You'll go to texture, same thing, export, and then you'll click plugin export, and you can basically just make a copy of that so that you at least have a copy, replace, and then perfect. So now if we go here and we look at this, it now has this engine fully textured. You don't have to worry about anything. Makes my life a lot easier. Now basically you can just unpack load. If you don't have that unpack load option, that's another thing. You can probably Google that. You basically need to buy Content Manager and turn developer mode on, and then enable the unpack extension. So basically I've now unpacked this. I can now go to Blender. In Blender you basically delete all, so when you start a new one, import FBX, You'll then choose the one that you've just unpacked. and that model with all its textures will exist in here. So if I click here and I have a look at the material, it has all the materials and stuff. So basically this is, I think it's just called Polo 6R engine bay or something like that. There we go. So I can then now take this, move it around, and let's just say, you're just going to put it in the car for fun. So let's just rotate. Okay, I can hide this. Basically this engine is also on a dummy. Not sure what it's called, so let's just search. Okay, engine. I don't know what I actually called it. Oh, it's just called engine. Basically, let's take this old engine out. Now I can go to the Polo 6R engine. Move this over. Obviously this is just a quick thing, so I'm just going to scale it just so that it fits in here. You would do it without the engine bay as well, because you probably just want the engine, so let's just delete that quickly. So basically now we've got this engine, and just want to move it a little bit more just so that it fits a bit better. Because you basically just make sure it looks semi-okay. Okay, unhide everything basically in here. So what you can do now is File, Export as FBX. Now you'll go back to that folder. Always save it over the model that you imported. If you don't, it'll lose the textures that are assigned to it in the FBX, INI, etc, etc. Scale, you're always going to drop this to 0.01, otherwise the car is going to be absolutely huge. And then yeah, basically export. Once that's exported, you'll open KsEditor, open this. In here we can just quickly find that vehicle, so 1400 stock, unpacked, model. And now basically when you take it into here, you don't have to worry about the whole textures missing and having to retexture stuff. If we go in, everything's all textured, no problems, never have to worry. And you can save a bunch of different cars, K and 5s, you know, for the engines, for anything really. And then you can just add them to vehicles like this. File, save, car. Let's go here, copy, paste. Saved. Okay, let's go out of this. Okay, so where's this? I'm just gonna go. I have so many projects I'm working on. This is not the right vehicle. So it's the 1400 stock. If we go to this, and I have the engine, everything's all here. Don't have to worry about a single thing. I'll take it into game just so we can have a look at it. But yeah, it's about as simple as that. And that applies for anything really. So if you're doing spoilers, etc, etc, literally anything that exists. Doing wheel swaps, you'll do the same thing, so you can then take it from another car and then just replace it. I will maybe just do a series when I show all those kind of things. It just depends if people are interested in that, so just let me know if that's something you guys would like. And yeah, so let's just get rid of all of this. Basically, if I open this, well, there's extra hoods. 1 second. Okay, we are back. So, if we have a look here, open the hood, look inside, everything's all here, textured, no problem. You can now continue with creating as many mods with as many parts on as you want. Yeah, hope this has been informative.